everybody, time for a new video, and today is a different view. As you can see, I'm driving a truck and I'm not holding the camera, so don't be alarmed. I can concentrate on the road and at the same time talk to you guys. I was wondering about something. A couple of years ago, Sweden started to put tax on plastic bags. You know, the bags you have in you buy in the supermarket to carry home your groceries. And they said it is because there are too much plastic in the oceans. So all plastic bags had a tax. So a bag in Sweden in the supermarket went from about 2 Swedish crowns, maybe 20 cents, to 7 to 8 Swedish krona, about 75 cents or something like that. So, and the reason, as I said, was because there are too much plastic bags in the oceans floating around. So I was wondering, when I heard about this, and I put my garbage at home in a plastic bag and I put it in the garbage can, and the garbage man, the company, comes to empty my garbage can. So in what point of the day did that garbage truck drive down to the ocean and empty the truck into the ocean? It doesn't happen here in Sweden. We have such good, we burn the trash to create, well, we heat our houses with it, and sometimes we have a central system for burning trash, and it's in Gothenburg and probably in Stockholm, Malmö. They exist everywhere. We burn so much trash and use the energy that produces, that we have to import trash from England. A couple of years ago, I drove a truck like that, and a whole trailer full of trash from England, from the docks of Sweden to the center that I burned it. And I think we are so good at it. As you can see, we have too little trash to burn. So my question here is, why does Swedish government tax the plastic bags that we are burning for fuel? I mean, it's not Sweden that dumps the plastic bags in the ocean. I mean, take a look at India and the third world countries. Look at the rivers there. They are filled with trash, and the poor parts of some other countries, it's just a garbage dump they live in. And I understand that, because it's a question about money, and the government in these countries is not doing anything about it. So I mean, does it really help the oceans of the world that the government in Sweden put taxes on the plastic bags we use, that we burn, that do not end up in the ocean? And another thing, now they've started with the stupid corks at the recycling bottles that are still attached to the bottle, and they have done some inquiries about this, how it's doing, and it came up that there are now more of these corks in the nature on the ground than it was before they attached it to the bottle. So that doesn't help either. In fact, it's worse. So, and that type of cork they have introduced in, I think, everywhere in Europe. It's not here, just here in Sweden. So So the EU and other countries are trying to get rid of the plastic in the nature, as you can see here, and it doesn't help. So, but now they have new government here in Sweden since a couple of years, and they have removed the plastic bag tax, because I mean, I'm sure bags end up in the ocean here in Sweden, but not it doesn't help the whole world. It seems like we have a party called Miljöpartiet, Environmental Party, and those guys are crazy. They think it's gonna help Sweden to take away our nuclear power plants, and at the same time they want to electrify Sweden. They want everybody to have an electrified car, and they have wind turbines to instead of nuclear power plants, and the wind turbines don't produce enough for, I mean it's power enough to light up my bicycle. I mean, you gotta have millions of wind turbines to do any effect at all. And about the oceans and the plastic, now they're putting the wind turbines out to sea, and what happens to the sea when one of those wind turbines breaks down and maybe crack or something like that and fall into the ocean, and about 3 or 4 cubic meters of hydraulic oil leaks out in the ocean? How in the hell does that help the environment? I don't know. And I have an electric car, and I have no illusion about that I'm protecting or helping the environment because I have an electric car, because making an electric car also impacts the environment. So the only reason we have an electric car is because the gas prices here in Sweden was insane when the environmental party was in power, and it is among the smallest parties in Sweden, and they still have such power, and I think it's dangerous almost. I mean, they wanna, if they come to power again, we have election in about almost a year, I think. In September it's a year away, and if they come to power again, they're gonna remove the power plants, the nuclear power plants, and then what? We're gonna sit in the darkness? And the gas prices, I mean, it's gonna cost 30 or 40 kronas per liter. That's, say, $4 US dollars per liter. I mean, how is that gonna help? I gotta take my car to work, and that's why we bought an electric car, because the gas prices here was insane. It was almost $3 a liter, and that's insane. I think it's really insane. So I'm not voting for those guys again. Again, what am I saying? I have never voted for those guys. I would never do that. Never in my life. It's insane. And everybody thinks, oh, Sweden is so beautiful. Yeah, Sweden is beautiful, but we have problems here too. I mean, I don't know if you're saving the environment raising the gas prices. Yes, since the new government lowered the taxes and on gas prices, yes, we have released more shit in the air than we did before, but not as much as the environmental party said they would do. They said it would be a catastrophe for the environment, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't drive anymore because the gas prices are lower. I drive when I have to. And we have one gasoline car and one diesel car and one electric car. We will never switch to all electric cars, because if they remove the power plants, the nuclear power plants, the electric would be like buying gas. It would be so expensive because it wouldn't be enough for everybody. And the Social Democrat Party, they said when they were in power, we will electrify Sweden, but not with new power plants. And now they are not in power, and now they say we will electrify Sweden, we must build more nuclear power plants. Such a liars, just turncoats. They just turn the coat in the direction of the wind is blowing. It's just stupid, and people are still voting for them. I can't believe it. When you ask people who vote for the Social Democrats, they say, oh, but I always voted for them. Yeah, you stupid idiot. Why don't you check what they are doing? It's just so stupid. I wish I could leave this country sometimes, especially in the winter times, because the electric is so expensive. I mean, I pay about $20-30 a month right now for the electric bill, just the electric. I mean, then the fees are $140 or something like that a month, and that's just insane. And in the winter month, the price of my electric bill, because I have to heat my house, goes up to maybe $150 a month, 1,500 krona, and then the fees are over $200 a month. So, and the wages here in Sweden are not rising as fast as everything is costing. Everything's cost more and more and more and more. The prices are increases 10% in a year maybe, and the salary increased 3-4%. So you're losing more and more money for every year. So my question to you guys are, why are the Swedish government trying to save the whole world? There are countries that are much worse than Sweden that isn't doing as much as Sweden does. So I think it's insane. Really insane. Well, that's it for today, guys. See you next time, and don't forget to subscribe and like the videos if you want to. See you next time. Bye bye.